News Channel 5 on your site presents Kaleidoscope, focusing on people who make a difference in Northeast Ohio communities.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the broadcast today. We'll have a good one for you, as we always do. Western Reserve chapter of the Links Incorporated provides a variety of programs and services benefiting the greater Cleveland community. President Lynette Jackson and co-chair of the organization's Health and Human Services facet, Dr. Janet Morgan, are both here to share more information. Then we'll hear from Mike Berry and Tina Hobbs of Skip Thomas Productions. They'll tell us about their new movie, Banger, later in the broadcast. After that, Rhonda Crowder of Who's Who in Black Cleveland will tell us about this year's publication. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Leon Bibb. This is Kaleidoscope, and so we begin. Beginning with Lynette Jackson, president of the Western Reserve chapter of the Links, and Janet Morgan, seated on the right, who's chair of the Health and Human Services facet of the Western Reserve chapter of the Links. Good to have you both with us, ladies.
Good to be here, Leon.
Yeah. First off, tell me about the mission of the Links. What is the Links, and what does the organization, the Links, do?
Great, thank you. So the Links Incorporated is a group of African-American women. We are linked in friendship and connected in service. The women of the Links are a group of influential decision makers. They are opinion and thought leaders, and they are, most importantly, dedicated volunteers who are really committed to making a difference in our global society.
Yeah. Janet, you've been in the Links for some time now, and the organization has been around for some time.
Yes,
now.
yes.
What do you like about what the Links organization does, this organization of women who have tried to distinguish themselves in the community?
I love the community service that we are engaged in, and I love the friendship and the commitment that we have made to our community. I'm particularly passionate about our programming with young women and mentoring young women and trying to equip them with tools that they need to be successful.
Yeah. You are a medical doctor, so of course they've asked you to chair the Health and Human Services facet. Tell me about that.
Yes.
What do you do? What's the Health and Human Services facet of the Links organization of the Western Reserve chapter?
The Health and Human Services facet is committed to sort of educating our community about a lot of the disease processes that are prevalent in the community. We also are very committed to teaching the young women about how to keep healthy, and not just physically healthy, mentally and spiritually as well. We're also very committed to getting the word out about HIV disease, which is very prevalent in our community at this time. And African-American men are very, very much targeted, or they have a higher incidence of HIV. And unfortunately, they're not receiving the testing that they deserve to receive, and they're not getting treatment.
So this is foremost in your mind and in the Links organization, in the mind of the organization as well. You've got, Lynette, let's bring you back into the conversation. I want to ask you about this Growing Leaders program.
Okay.
What is that, and what do you do with that?
Excellent. So actually, Janet is the one who really spearheads our Growing Leaders program, and she could tell you a little bit more about that, but it's a partnership with the Green Corps at the Cleveland Botanical Gardens, and it's a group of young ladies who have been vetted and want to commit themselves to Saturday sessions with us. But I'll let Janet explain that a little bit further.
Okay, well, take it, Janet. That's a segue right to you.
So again, it's our passion. It's my passion, actually, to reach out to young women who look like us and sort of share our life experiences, and to teach them about healthy lifestyles, whether it be healthy eating, physical activity, also relaxation, sort of interpersonal relationships as well, which is very, very
the whole thing,
important.
the mind, the body, and all of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course, as a doctor, you would be talking about that. That's your expertise anyway. You recently had a major anniversary. You're celebrating major anniversary next year. Well, tell me about that. Which anniversary is this?
So we're excited. We will be celebrating our 30th anniversary in 2017, and are very thankful to our 23 charter members who chartered us in 1987, and we're just looking forward to celebrating them and their accomplishments, and hopefully some additional accomplishments of our own.
Yeah. Now, this is a national organization, the
It
Links
is.
organization. You're part of a nationwide thing.
International. International, yes.
Give me your thoughts on why you think that is vital for certainly Black American women to be involved in this organization.
Yeah, there's so many different issues, Leon, that affect women of color, and I think the Links Incorporated, we're a group of leaders, and we have 5 different facets that we have. So we do programming in the arts and health and human services, international and national trends and services, as well as services to youth. So I think it's important that we address all 5 of those critical areas and strive to make a difference. I think it's important that we have an international presence and that we can partner with our sisters in other locations. And we have some pretty prominent members of our organization as well, so they can educate us on what is really what's really going on in the world and how we can make a difference. We also use data a lot to make sure that we are obtaining the outcomes that we're looking for, and that we're really truly being transformational with our programming.
I want to put a website on the screen for the audience here. You can go to westernreservelinks.org, westernreservelinks.org, to get more information on everything we're talking about. In our final 30 seconds or 45 seconds or so, you had a big party the other day, the Mask Mardi Gras event. Good time?
It was a great time.
Great time, Janet?
Really fantastic.
Yeah.
And that's all part of it too. There's a social piece to this, isn't it, Janet? To the organization of women and their mates getting together, having a wonderful time.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think to do what we do, we have to sort of have fun and enjoy one another's company, as well as doing the hard work that we do.
I think what was most important about Mardi Gras is, even though it was a fun party, it was a successful fundraiser. So we were able to net over $100,000 for the work that we do in the community. It was sold out. We had over 47 sponsors. 40% of those were new. So just continuing to grow and to develop partnerships with other community agencies and get the word out about what we're doing.
And we thank you for what you do. I am well aware of the organization, the Links, and it's always good to have the women of the Links on the broadcast. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
We appreciate what you do as an organization, and as individuals as well. Lynette Jackson, she's president of the Western Reserve chapter of the Links Incorporated, and Dr. Janet Morgan, who is chair of the Health and Human Services facet of the Western Reserve chapter of the Links. You can find more information, westernreservelinks.org. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you for the opportunity.
I'll take a break. This is Kaleidoscope. I'm Leon Bibb. But first, these words, especially for you. You're in touch with Kaleidoscope. I'm Leon Bibb. Always glad to have you with me. The owner of Skip Thomas Productions, Mike Berry, and the Chief Operating Officer, Tina Hobbs, join me now. They're going to talk about their new movie called Banger. Mike is writer and director, and Tina is producer and casting director. Good to have you both with us.
Thanks, yeah.
Mike Berry and Tina Hobbs. Things are well with Skip Thomas Productions, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, let's start with you, Mike. You're the owner of Skip Thomas Productions. How did you get started in the movie-making business?
I've always been a writer, and I couldn't get anybody to produce my films, so I said I'll produce them myself. Happened to bump into Tina, and she was a casting agent. She was just getting off the ground, and we just had like interests, and we went from there. Yeah. And I said, hey, let's partner up and see what we can do, and we've been going ever since.
And you've got a new one which is coming out, Banger.
Banger.
Yeah. Now, how many movies have you made before this?
This will be my 3rd feature. We've done a ton of short films, but this will be our biggest movie to date. Banger is the biggest movie we've done so far, so we hope to do big things with this movie. So.
You chose to film this in Cleveland.
Yes.
Banger.
Yes.
Why did you choose Cleveland? I know this is home, of course, but does that have something to do with it?
It does. But I mean, Cleveland is home, and you know, we love Cleveland. We were both born and raised here. I mean, it's home. It's where we want to develop. Cleveland is a developing industry for film. It's moving in that direction, and we want to be a part of the growth of the film industry here in Cleveland.
As casting director, you were able to find the kind of talent you needed for this?
Yes. Cleveland has a phenomenal pool of talent, from seasoned actors to new faces, and we have a thriving industry. We held a casting call. We probably had a couple hundred people come out for the auditions, and we were able to assemble just a phenomenal cast. So,
Mike, tell me about this is coming out May the 14th, the movie Banger at Solon Cinemas.
At Solon Cinemas, correct.
May the 14th of this year, which is a Saturday. How do you feel about that? I mean, is this a long haul?
Oh, man, I feel great. We've sold close to 1,400 tickets so far. We sold out an entire 1,000-seat showing at 4 o'clock and had to actually open up a 2 o'clock showing. So I feel great for the support that I've been getting from the city, and you know, I'm just trying to do my part to kind of spearhead the move forward for the film industry here in Cleveland, and give myself a shot, give some other folks a shot, and hopefully, you know, we can be the next entertainment epicenter of the country.
Yeah. Without giving the film away, because we certainly want people to go see it, what's it about?
It's about the death of a Haitian immigrant, you'll know that, and his mother, long rumored to be into voodoo. You know, you'll spend the movie trying to figure out, did he come back or did he not? 2 cops are investigating his murder, and one believes, one doesn't, and they're trying to get to the bottom of it, and so are you as a fan. It's a roller coaster ride. It's a lot of twists and turns.
And a lot of drama.
A lot of drama.
We're all looking for that roller coaster ride.
Correct.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll be looking for that on Saturday, May 14th at Solon Cinemas. A good town to make a film in, Cleveland?
oh yeah, definitely.
Is it opening up for independence?
It really is, and it's a very film-friendly town. So, like I said, the talent is here, the resources are here. The Film Commission is always pulling resources together to make it more film-friendly. We have great locations, supportable. So yeah, this is the place to make films.
Yeah, this touches your heart. This whole industry, doesn't it? This film industry.
Yeah. I love entertainment. I love art. And so, you know, I've written books, I've done music, so my progression to this was just so natural, and I believe all those other things were a setup for me to be a filmmaker. And so I've taken this by the horns, and I'm just running with it. So.
This is your baby. I mean, you're the writer and director. I
Correct.
mean, you know everything about this.
Yeah, everything about it. I live it.
You live it. Where do you find your storyline? Where do you go to find your storyline? Is that storyline in you?
It comes from other people. Actually, man, you just had a conversation right over there, and I got a movie out of that, and I told her about it.
You did.
So I hear things, and it resonates with me, and I just say, that's the story right there, and I go from there. It literally happens really fast. So.
Yeah. Well, if you're looking for somebody to, you know, to finish up that conversation, I got a flair.
There you go.
Well, I'm looking.
Yeah, so.
This is exciting stuff for you too, isn't it, Tina?
It is. It is. I'm more on the business side of it, so I get to, you know, just put the pieces together, and that's what I love. I love, you know, just kind of helping find the locations, making the relationships, and, you know, that's the part of it that I like.
The website is Banger, B-A-N-G-E-R, bangerthemovie.com, and it's going to be Saturday, May 14th.
Yes.
You premiere at the Solon Cinemas,
Yes.
and tickets are always available. I mean,
They are available. You can get them in advance, you know, get them now while they last.
Right. And you can go on the line on the
Get
website?
them right online.
Bangerthemovie.com. Leave us with a thought on what you're feeling right now, Mr. Writer, Director of Banger.
Right now, I feel like city before self. I'm trying to do something to help my city before I help myself. If I can help my city, I feel like I'll get help in return. This has never been just about me. Banger is not a movie. Banger is an idea that Cleveland can become the next entertainment epicenter of this country, just like Atlanta.
Just like Atlanta, just like Toronto did.
Yes.
Toronto did. A lot of big city stuff is done in Toronto.
Yeah.
But Cleveland is getting getting its name out there. Many thanks. Yep. Mike Berry, Tina Hobbs. They work with Skip Thomas Productions, and the movie is called Banger, Saturday, May 14th at the Solon Cinemas. Yes. Save a seat on the aisle for me.
There you go.
I want to be watching.
Definitely will.
Put you in the next movie, too. Right?
Okay. Oh, I appreciate that, too. Just do a little campaigning.
All right.
I'll take a break. This is Kaleidoscope. I'm going to be right back with Who's Who in Black Cleveland. Rhonda Crowder is in the studio, and she'll be here at the anchor desk in just a moment. Good afternoon, everybody. This is Kaleidoscope. Good to have you with us. I'm Leon Bibb. On April the 27th, Who's Who Publishing unveils the 2016 edition of Who's Who in Black Cleveland. Its publisher, Rhonda Crowder, is here to tell us what to expect at this year's publication. Hi, Rhonda.
Hi, how are you?
I'm just fine, just fine. Yeah, tell us about Who's Who in Black Cleveland. Refresh our memories as to what it is.
Well, Who's Who in Black Cleveland is a beautiful coffee table style publication that has over 200 African Americans representing various industries from Northeast Ohio.
Yeah. Why is it important to have this publication featuring Black Americans who in the city here who've distinguished themselves?
Our mission is threefold. It's one, to document our successes here in Cleveland. The second part is to provide a networking tool for African American professionals, and also mainstream professionals who may be looking for African Americans to sit on boards or committees and that sort of thing. And then the third piece is to provide inspiration to children. That's what I always say is most important to me. So our children will get an opportunity to be exposed to careers and professions that they're normally not exposed to.
And this is a wonderful coffee table book. I mean, it is high production.
Yes.
Good paper and wonderful color photographs and all of that, featuring hundreds of people in the greater Cleveland community.
Yes, we have over just a bit over 200 honorees this year.
Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, well, good. And other cities do this too. It's all part of the organization Who's Who.
Yes, 25 different cities. So Who's Who has been around for 25 years, started in Atlanta, and it came to Cleveland 11 years ago. Connie Harper, our former associate publisher, she brought it to Cleveland.
The late, great Connie Harper.
The late, great Connie Harper. So, and then it began to expand.
Yeah.
And we're in 25 different markets.
Yeah, okay. Your event is going to be Wednesday, April the 27th at the Intercontinental Hotel on Carnegie, right part of the Cleveland Clinic campus right there. April the 27th that evening. What do you expect to happen? What do you want to happen there?
Well, it's a great networking event. I like to think of it as the creme de la creme of networking. There's not a lot of opportunities to bring African Americans from so many different cross sections into one place at one time. So it's a wonderful evening. We have an hors d'oeuvre reception, and then we do our unveiling ceremony, and we release our book.
And is there a cost to go?
It's $50, which includes the book and the ticket. And the book is $39.95, so you're essentially paying $10 for a networking event.
And all the hors d'oeuvres you can eat.
And all the hors d'oeuvres you can eat.
It doesn't get any better than that.
At the Intercontinental.
Yeah, for $50. This is important to you. This is your third year as the publisher, but as you and I were chatting a little bit ago, you've been with the organization for 10 years.
Yes.
Yeah. What is it that drives you to continue to put this out? You and I have chatted about this, about why this touches your heart. Tell the audience why it touches your heart.
Well, Who's Who was first put in my hands. I was 30 years old. And when I began to look through the book, there was people in that book who had been in this community for years, who have made significant contributions, and I had never heard of them. And so I had to stop and think and say, I'm an adult, and this book has inspired me. What could it do for young people? So that's what drives me to come back and do the work every year. Like I stated, I started out as a freelancer, and even then, that was what pushed me to continue to do the work and possibly led me to be an associate publisher today.
Yeah. Where can people publish this book if they don't go to that event?
WHO'sWhoPublishing.com. Yes.
And you can find more information on everything we're talking about by going to WHO'sWhoPublishing.com. And it will also lead you to Who's Who in Detroit, Who's Who in Chicago, Who's Who in Baltimore, and all the other cities which are involved.
Correct.
Yeah. Once again, it's going to be Wednesday, April the 27th at the Intercontinental Hotel on Carnegie Avenue. That's an evening event.
Yes. It starts at 6.
6 o'clock, and hors d'oeuvres and wine and good beverages and good camaraderie and a program. And our good friend Danita Harris.
Danita Harris
of NewsChannel5. She's going to be there, the master of ceremonies for us that evening.
Yes.
Okay. And once again, I think I can squeeze my picture in that book. I hope I'm in the book this year. It's always good to get in the book. I feel better now. But just joking, just a little self-promotion if you don't mind. Well, many thanks, Rhonda Crowder, who's publisher of Who's Who in Black Cleveland. Thank you so much for being on the broadcast.
Thanks for having me.
We will see you at that event Wednesday, April 20th at the Intercontinental Hotel on Carnegie Avenue, part of the Cleveland Clinic campus. Thank you, Rhonda.
Thank you.
Taking a break. I'll be right back in just a moment. We'll hear from the Urban League of Greater Cleveland. But first, these words. Time for the Morning Exchange segment of Kaleidoscope. That means Marsha Maccabee, President and CEO of the Urban League of Greater Cleveland, who always graces the anchor desk here with us on Kaleidoscope, always with something to say.
Thank you, Leon, and glad to grace it with you. So today, I just want to thank our listening audience for all those that participated in our recent fundraiser for the Urban League, which was our Cadillac 2016 SRX raffle.
Yeah.
And we actually pulled that winning raffle ticket, and Patricia Hall from First Energy is the winner of that car. We'll be having pictures of her receiving the keys and all that fairly soon. But, you know, I started thinking about all the people that supported us during this raffle, and I want to thank the community by giving every person who bought a ticket a complimentary membership to the Urban League of Greater Cleveland.
Well, how nice. So everybody walks out a winner.
That's exactly
May
right.
not gotten the Cadillac, but
Yes.
you certainly get a membership to the Urban League.
Absolutely.
Which is one of the Cadillac organizations of Greater Cleveland, I should
Thank
say.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Well,
yeah.
and that's good. So, and
It is.
and that increases your numbers, and it's important
does.
for you to maintain that high level of membership in the
Oh,
Cleveland
that's
area,
exactly right. Because when we go to funders, the first thing they say is, there are two things they ask us. Are all the members of your board giving to the Urban League and participating? And how many members do you have
Yeah.
that are supporting the Urban League?
Yeah.
They ask us that.
How's it been going for you for the last several years or so since you've taken over the leadership of the Urban League?
Wow. You know, as I look back, you know, it's definitely had it's up and down times, more up than down. But I think what I'm so particularly excited about now is when I first started, I had my eye always on Centennial Year, which is 2017.
Right.
And the fact that we're just on the brink of it, and we'll be actually launching our Centennial Year in November, I'm really excited and feel like, you know, this has been a good run.
So in our final 25 seconds or so, you are looking forward to the 100th anniversary
Yes,
of the Urban League of
absolutely.
Greater Cleveland.
Absolutely. Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Time goes by quickly when
It
you're having fun.
does. It
Not that you've been there the 100 years, but you've been there
Sometimes I feel like
Yeah,
it.
I can imagine. Well, many thanks, Marsha.
Thank you.
And we wish you well, and congratulations to the winner of that Cadillac SRX, too.
Absolutely, Patricia.
Okay, that's going to do it for us. Take care and be well.
This has been a presentation of News Channel 5's Kaleidoscope, a weekly public affairs program brought to you in partnership with the Urban League of Greater Cleveland.